theaters in which one could watch the film. Haifa, pleasure to have you on. Why has Saudi Arabia remained so so conservative? I'm struck by when I travel around even the Arab world. There's much more modernization taking place in other places. Why is it so conservative?
Absolutely, it's very conservative. I think we are very tribal. We grew up like being conservative to start up with, but there are a lot of liberal voices that call for change. Prince Al-Walid, for example, he's very much proactive and empowering women. And it is exciting now that we see change in Saudi. And I come from a very small town, so I see the change happening in my family. People around me are very conservative, and now they're moving away from those ideologies and enjoying a different perspective of the world.
And yet you have this blogger who has been sentenced to 1,000 lashes. So, you know, when people see that in the West, they can't understand it.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. And I think in his case, he angered a lot of people, and a lot of people complained. And you don't want to be in that position. But it is really nice that the king is reviewing the sentence, and hopefully no more lashes in Saudi Arabia. And I think we need to stop and reflect on the laws that we have to be in this age. And we're entering modern globalization, and Saudi is such an important country in the world, and it's very important to modernize.
But one of the areas which hasn't changed much is the segregation of men and women, almost everywhere. And when you directed your film, I remember you saying that you had to direct it from sitting in a truck using a walkie-talkie, telling the cameraman what to do, because you could not be out there actually with the cameraman, describing what to do, leave alone giving directions to men. You couldn't even be seen with men. Yes,
absolutely. It's very difficult, especially for a director, because you need to feel the space and blocking, and be for the actors so their performance, you witness their performance firsthand. But Saudi is changing even in that. People themselves are conservative, and they don't want their women to work in a mixed environment. But it's changing. There is a lot of women, I'm very proud of them, that they're taking the challenge and standing up for themselves, and they want to make change, and that is really nice to see that.
You're married to a Californian. How did that go down in your small town with your conservative relatives?
Oh, it went. Well, yes, I come. He's a very nice guy, and yeah, it's difficult for them to accept marrying from outside of your tribe, let alone a Californian, but he won everybody else in my family, so that is good.
You seem very patient and understanding of a system that must cause you at times to just get very angry.
Oh, absolutely. When you go to all-men restaurants and you're not allowed as a woman, you feel really angry. But I think it's very important to relax and to not to be, it is not about confrontation, it's about dialogue. It's about moving forward and making a change that's effective. Sometimes it is more daunting and exhausting to go with the system and make the margins a little bit wider. But I think it is more effective in a place like Saudi Arabia, where it's very conservative and people shun from change. You need to make them respect you, and you need to show respect to that culture, so you move away from just confrontation and fighting and complaining. What's
your next movie?
Oh, my next movie hopefully will be about Mary Shelley, and it is my first English speaking and my first attempt to be in Hollywood. And we have Elle Fanning attached. I'm really excited to work with her. I'm very excited not to be in the van anymore.
So you won't be in a van, you'll be able to actually direct the actress?
Yes, actually, like I'll be on the ground, and I'm very excited about it, and excited about the story, because like she grew up in England, but she grew up in a very similar environment I grew up in Saudi. Like as a woman, sometimes very conservative, and people expect you to act and say and be in a certain way. And when I read her story, it was amazing how she owned her own voice and how she created this book that is an amazing legacy. And it is very, like, cool.
Well, best of luck.
Oh, thank you. It's amazing to talk to you, Farid. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.